Hi there guys, Roger here at cntvna.com. I'm at one of the other biggest tourist attractions here in Chengdu, and that is the Earthquake Ruins Center. In 2008, Chengdu was hit by one of the biggest earthquakes ever recorded, and the city decided to leave the remains as a memory to the lives that were lost. So we're going to go inside and take a look at the exhibit, and we're going to go from there. See you inside. Behind me is actually the Huangkao High School that has been preserved after the devastating earthquake in 2008. If you can take a look, it's the only building that's been well preserved in memory of all the lives that were lost during this devastation. It's quite humbling to see this, and to know that the city worked so hard to preserve this so they can have a memory of this. So take a look. It's something that I've never seen before. Hi there guys, so behind me is actually the school apartment. It's really saddening, but people come here to pay respect to the lives lost in the devastation. But if you take a look at this sign here, this building once had 5 floors, and if you can look at the preserved remains, it's actually quite saddening to see how the building has turned out. So yeah, a lot of lives were lost here, and we're here to pay our respect to those people here as well. And again, behind me, this used to be one of the classroom buildings. Again, it should have been 4 to 5 floors. If you can take a look at this building, it was supposed to be the same height, but that has also collapsed as well. During this time, actually, I just learned that when this happened, all the news channels and all the TV were not allowed to play any entertainment, and all the news channels regarding this were played in black and white in respect to all the lives that were lost. So that's a piece of information that I learned today that was pretty interesting. And as I walk through this place, I feel more and more saddened by this. So yeah, we're going to keep going and see what else we got here. So behind me on the last part of the tour here is the library and conference room. This was 2 floors. It's actually it's really sad to see this kind of disaster. Of course, I've said this before, but to actually be here on site to where it actually happened brings me back to remember hearing about this on the news. And to see it is completely different to hear about it. So I'm definitely grateful to be here, but it definitely it humbles me as a person and makes me appreciate a lot of different things in life. So yeah. Roger here from cntvna.com. We are now at Beichuan Town. This little town was built by the government for the relief after the earthquake for the survivors. Now it's turned into some shops and some coffee shops and some snacks and cafes around. So we're gonna go take a look around and see what we can find. But this is pretty unique. It's beautiful scenery around here, and these buildings are built beautifully. So let's go take a look.
와, 好清楚哦。
Hi there, guys. Roger here from cntvna.com. We wrapped up our last 2 days of adventure. It's been long 2 days, but I'm with Vlad, and we just want to catch up with him and see what he thought was his highlights in the last 2 days and what he would recommend if anyone was coming to visit Sichuan. So, Vlad, what was the highlight of your last 2 days here?
I think the opera was the highlight of my yesterday's day.
Yeah, that was fun, right?
When I thought of opera, I actually thought of, singing the entire time, but it was more of like a theater act.
Yeah.
There was different acts, right? There was even silent acts where they didn't even sing.
Yeah. That girl with the table, right? That was crazy.
That was good. And the hand puppets kind of with the shadows.
Yeah.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah. What were your thoughts about the wreckage and the
Oh, the earthquake. When it happened in 2008, you see the news. You see natural disasters happen around the world all the time, right? But the feeling of actually doesn't sink in until you're actually there to see it. Yeah. And as you're walking around the wreckage, you kind of just start to kind of feel grateful for, just to be here and just to see this as well. So, yeah.
I like the Wuho Shrine.
Yeah.
I like the Chinese history. Learning about the 3 dynasties that went to war during that time was very interesting, and how different eras worked and did things differently, and what they were able to produce, like the brocade. Brocade was part of the 3 dynasties as well. It was the Shu dynasty, Shu side.
The amount of time that they have to put in and the amount of effort is quite. When I look at that, I feel like I can be doing way more with my life as well. So I find that
how those guys back then created such a machine just to weave the brocade was amazing.
Handmade by man?
Yeah, it was handmade. That's impressive. Like what they did, because they didn't have machine, is they put fire and then pour water onto it so they will break the earth easily, and they could take it by hand. So what it makes to the irrigation is that one is it goes really strong, really fast, and the other really calm, so it doesn't overflows and gets into the bill.
So that was pretty, well, thank you for spending time with us. We got another 2 days here in the city, and we're gonna do a little more exploring tomorrow, so I'll catch up with Ali then. Thank you, Ali.
Thanks.